newscaster in Sarasota, Florida, looked into the camera and read the following words from a script she'd prepared, in keeping with Channel 40's policy of bringing you the latest in blood and guts, and in living color. "You are going to see another first, attempted suicide." She then drew a .38 revolver from under the desk and shot herself in the head. The newscaster, a 29-year-old virgin named Christine Chubbuck, is the subject of not one but two films at this year's Sundance Film Festival. In the narrative film Christine, British actress Rebecca Hall plays the journalist with a serrated edge of frustration and bitterness. In the more unconventional Kate plays Christine, which merges documentary with recreated episodes from Chubbuck's life. Actress Caitlin Scheil is filmed both researching the part in Sarasota and playing Christine as a lost soul wandering in a cloud of depression. Not surprisingly, Chubbuck's story is often linked to Paddy Chayefsky's 1976 film Network. But as David Scoff, who wrote Mad as Hell, The Making of Network and the Fateful Vision of the Angriest Man in Movies, pointed out on Twitter this week, the scene in which Chayefsky's Howard Beale is murdered on live TV was planned before the real newscaster's suicide. Both Chubbuck movies, which were still seeking a distribution deal as the festival neared its end, look for answers as to why the newscaster shot herself on the air. She died the following day at a nearby hospital. Both note that Chubbuck was lonely, and that she sought romance with a handsome anchor named George, played, in Christine, by Dexter's star Michael C. Hall, who was dating a colleague. She'd also lost an ovary to a cyst, reducing her chances of pregnancy. Christine is much more focused on the workplace pressures facing Chubbuck, whose station manager, Tracy Letts, is seen telling his reporters that the hot new trend in TV news is to ditch the reasoned analysis in favor of shocking footage of fires and mayhem. He's even come up with what he decides is a brilliant new motto for TV news: "If it bleeds, it leads," he tells his crew. Chubbuck wants to do lengthy reported pieces on zoning issues, a quirk played for laughs by director Antonio Campos. Kate plays Christine, a much artier film in which the feminist lead actress is seen repeatedly refusing to reenact the suicide scene because she thinks it's too exploitative, frames the story as one of deep depression and arrested development. Chubbuck, we learn in that film, slept in a bedroom decorated like a 9-year-old's, complete with little girl curtains around her bed. A scene set in the same gun shop where Christine bought her revolver suggests that the easy availability of firearms was a factor in her death. Christine, on the other hand, is much less kind to its lead character, who comes across not as depressed but as antisocial, awkward, prickly and cold. It also at times strikes a satiric tone and ends with Christine's friend obliviously watching the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Before Chubbuck shot herself, she'd asked her co-workers to videotape her newscast. So where is it? In Kate Plays Christine, surviving staff members say only one copy of the tape was made, that the station owner kept it, his widow now has it, and that it may be so degraded by now as to be unwatchable. But the movie ends without pursuing these leads, so it's unclear whether any images of Chubbuck's shocking end exist. A member of Italy's parliament has proposed a controversial new bill that would put parents behind bars if they restrict their children to a vegan diet. Elvira Savino of the conservative Forza Italia party wants to send parents to jail if they impose a vegan diet on children aged 16 and under, The Guardian reported, via La Repubblica. The so-called Savino law would stigmatize the reckless and dangerous eating behavior imposed by parents, to the detriment of minors. The draft bill states, in Italian, that a vegan diet is devoid of essential elements for children's healthy and balanced growth. According to Savino, a diet that eliminates meat or animals products such as eggs or milk can leave children lacking the vitamins necessary for their development, such as iron, zinc, B12 and other nutrients. Under the proposed law, parents would be jailed for a year for raising a child on a vegan diet, up to 4 years if the child develops a permanent health problem, and up to 7 years if the child dies as a result of the diet, Reuters reported. Savino has presented the proposed law in the lower house chamber of deputies. "I have nothing against vegans or veganism as long as it is a free choice by adults," Savino told Reuters. "I just find it absurd that some parents are allowed to impose their will on children in an almost fanatical, religious way, often without proper scientific knowledge or medical consultation," she added. "Do-it-yourself on these matters terrorizes me." The measure follows 4 Italian cases over the last year and a half where malnourished children were hospitalized after being fed a vegan diet. The most recent case happened in June, when a 2-year-old girl in serious condition was hospitalized in Genoa. Doctors found she had a lack of the vitamin B12 and low hemoglobin levels. The health problems were possibly linked to the young girl's vegan diet. Health professionals speculated that the guardians of the hospitalized children did not know how to supplement a vegan diet for a child's dietary needs, BBC reported. For vegan or vegetarian children, it's important they take supplements or consume fortified foods for important nutrients. Savino's bill highlights the spreading belief in Italy of substantial health benefits provided by a vegetarian or vegan diet. According to the BBC, there are 3 rival bills that are trying to implement more vegan and vegetarian options in Italian canteens.